minor when they were first required to register, and then if the playground or place where children commonly gather came to be after the person established their temporary or permanent residence.
Betsy, can you tell me why this is the first notice I've got and there's 4 in the same complex? Been there 13 years.
Yeah, I think they're grandfathered.
They probably are, you see, they've probably been there a while.
Okay.
10,
So what is the
15.
enforcement mechanism for not the old people, but the new people that are going to be?
It would be an offense for someone to either establish a residence or for someone to rent to a person who was a resident.
What, literally, how would we do?
It's a citation, it'd just be a citation.
I mean, if they move in, and then they register, and I got the cards in the mail too, got the city court people know that. And then we find out, then we can make them move even though they're not.
No, you can't make them move, you can give them a ticket.
Who? It could either be if it's a homeowner that rents the place to them, the homeowner can see that.
Or to the sex offender who has established residence.
It'll go to the sex offender.
Well, I think that needs to be established, then we're gonna take it.
Both, yeah.
Anybody we can.
But with the city, would we have to monitor that? Because the city gets notified about sex offenders, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Gloria.
Are we in a position to monitor that?
I've got a kind of a countering viewpoint. We did talk to Gloria about this, and she was trying to discourage it from the standpoint, she mentioned that people are going to live where they live, and what it ends up doing is causing them, if we have the ordinance in place, and the only place that they can live is, say, there's when they get out of jail, there's very limited places that are going to take, sex offenders. And she mentioned that, Gloria McCarty runs the Tarrant County, and they actually handle, the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office actually handles the sex offender registration for us as just kind of a favor. And she said she doesn't like it because they'll list somewhere that they're able to live as their residence, and then they go underground. She never sees it. She says it's better to know where they are versus have them tell you they're here, but they're gone.
I guess the question I have about that is, if it's not, we've got a recommendation from the chief to do it, and now you're telling us that the first county
that's just another viewpoint on it. I mean, either way, it's obviously going to be you guys' choice. But, I'm for it.
Yeah. Okay.
I talked to Gloria yesterday about a great length at a funeral that she and I were attending, and it was my opinion, talking to her, she was very much in favor of this. I told her that, she said this would be coming up to a different city, that's what's coming up tomorrow in our city, and she does all the registration where we used to have to do it.
Yeah.
And I personally, I don't have a problem with it. I think
she does a great job, by the way.
yeah, it's a thankless job, believe me. And they do lie to them, believe me. We had to do it before, it was our job, and then fortunately, the mechanism was put in place where the county could take that over, and they did it because there were so many different things, whether they got probation, parole, or in the middle of expungements or something, and you had to stay on top of that, and heck, the lawyers couldn't agree on what was the real law.
Yeah.
And we, as the police department, if you went out there and tried to enforce something and you weren't right, you opened yourself up for a heck of a lawsuit.
After we pass this, what if somebody comes into our city and they don't inform or say to anybody they're a sex offender? How are we going to deal with that then?
If we come across them and find them, then
They're going to jail for that.
through the county, yeah, they're going to jail for the failure to register, A, and then B, They start getting...
There's a deal for failure to register.
Yeah.
Well, some of them had to depend on what their sentence was. Some of them have to check in every month, sometimes several times a month, some were 6 months, some were a year, or just depends on what level they got.
They wear the ankle monitors that track them,
Yeah.
you know.
As long as there's a
Might not be,
quality of it.
yeah, might not be perfect, but it's at least another tool you don't have right now. Kelly, you had something to say at one point.
Yeah,
Would you come up since, we got to come online?
All I got to say is I would like the chief to get with Castleberry ISD and get the bus stops
Yes,
included.
yes.
Because I think that's the perfect opportunity where
Oh,
the
yeah.
kid is by himself.
Well, that's gonna be automatically, just because it deals with the kids.
Yeah, so I think the bus stop locations are very important. That's all I would say.
Okay, thank you.
I actually had a situation that, the bus stop is right out on Yale and Pomona. I live right there.
That's exactly what they
Yeah, and I saw a van that I've not ever seen, and it was just parked on the side of, by the stop sign. It was just stopped there, and I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And so I walked outside, and there was all little kids, I think they're middle school and high school. And I said, do y'all know that person? And they're like, no, no. So I kind of just looked over there, and he just looked at me and drove off. But he had been sitting there, and I was like, what was he sitting there for? So I should have got his license plate, but I didn't think about it until now. But I was like, why? I've never seen that van before. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, that would be.
You look at the map that's included in our packet, those circles, it covers almost our entire city.
I know.
That's the only bad thing I see.
Especially where the apartments are, which we would think might be more apt to have people like Cody Court apartments. Our other apartments are by a school, so those would be fully included as well.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 1329-2021. Betsy.
Can I make one comment?
Yeah.
It looks, in looking at your affirmative defenses in this ordinance, it looks like, D and F are pretty much identical. If you would allow me to just revise that and just put them together so it's one affirmative defense there. They really, it's repetitive. We probably could just delete F as well. So.
I still make my motion with attorney changes. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 1329-2021 with the final cleanup by the city attorney. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Get to work.
Motion carries.
I had to figure that, turn it down.
Pretty quickly, because I can't advertise job for my day.
That's what I come for.
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Betsy, did you hear Marvin?
No, I did not hear Marvin. What did he say?
He asked how quick you can have that to us so he can publish it.
I can have that to you tomorrow. And it may be as simple as just deleting F, but let me look at it and see it more carefully, but I could easily by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
About 4 hours.
Can you not hear me?
I didn't hear you a minute ago, but I hear you now.
Okay.
All right. Item number 18, discussion and/or action regarding updates from the city manager. Marvin?
The biggest thing I have is that this moratorium is going to expire on December the 12th. And I was ordered to have the zoning amendments and all taken care of prior to that date. Well, if I do that, I've already talked to the P&Z chairman. I can have a special meeting with the P&Z on the 6th, but I need one with the city council on the 7th. And then y'all turn around and have your regular meeting on the 14th.
What we gotta do, so
Is that gonna be a problem?
that's a gotta do, not a wanna do.
Want to do.
Won't waste it.
You tell us when to be here and we'll take action.
December 7th, what time would y'all like me to set it for, like early or?
Could y'all be here at 6?
6:30 or 7, doesn't matter.
How's 6 work for everybody? Okay.
6 is good.
6?
Yep.
Okay. That's my biggest thing. I still haven't heard anything, Betsy, from Telecom, and we're getting late in the game. Do you know anything?
No, but it's their problem if it expires.